Okay, looks like most of us are ready. So just to introduce myself, I am Bella and I'll be going through the benefits beta training today. So we'll be going through how to set up your flexi benefits as well as how you can submit claims on the system. So just take note that we are still on the beta version, and if you need any support, you may always contact our support team via email, through the WhatsApp contact, or through our in-app chat. Okay, so just to quickly explain the difference between the expense app and the benefits module is that the benefits module will allow you to set a cap, whereas for expense, you can submit claims with no cap. So that's the main difference. Benefits, you'll be able to set a cap. So for example, if you set a cap for $100, your staff will only be able to submit up to $100. So now let's go to the system itself. So this is my dummy account, right? The first thing you'll notice if you have benefits turned on in your account itself, you'll see this new module added. So for benefits, first thing you'll need to set up will be to go to your configuration. Under configuration, you can update the settings here. For currency, just set your base currency, but take note that once a claim has been submitted, you won't be able to change your currency. Okay, and then the next part will be to select whether you want to show the currency symbol. This is for your staff to be able to see what currency they're submitting in. So the symbol for SGD will just be Sing dollar. And then transfer to payroll, if you choose to transfer to payroll module. If you're subscribed to payroll module, then you can choose to send it over to your payroll so that you can pay your staff for the claims that they're submitting in benefit. So if you are, just leave this ticked and we can update the settings to map it out to your pay elements later on. If you're not subscribed to payroll, that's fine. Just leave this unticked. Or if you do not wish to transfer to payroll, just leave this unticked as well. Once you update these settings, just click on the save button. And then your settings, you'll notice that is saved successfully. So that is for configuration. The next part will be to set up your categories. So for categories, go to benefit and select category. You'll then come to the category page where you can submit or set all your benefit categories. As you can see, I've already set up two examples. So you can see I have one wellness and one medical benefit. Under this categories, I have set up different benefit types. So there's a difference between benefit policy and benefit types. Policy will be for the different groups of staff. So let's say management have more than all your other staff. You can set up the different groups or the policies for each group, meaning a different cap amount for the different groups. For benefit types, if you have different types that you can claim for under this main category, you can set that up. So here you can see under wellness, I have set up general wellness, sports, gym, or spa massage claims. Same thing under medical. I have set up two groups, one for management, who have slightly more that they can claim than all my other staff. Under benefit types, I have general medical claims, dental, and vision. Okay, if you choose to split them up, you can always add a new category. Or if you don't have anything set up yet, that's fine too. What you can do is just click on Add Category, and then you'll see a pop-up window for you to add a new category. So just add in your category name. For this example, let's go with insurance. So let's say I give insurance claim to my employees. Icon, you can just select from the drop-down menu and select from the list that we have here. So let's go with this house icon. And then you can add a description for your staff to see what exactly this claim is for. So here, maybe I'll add demo of insurance benefit. Okay, so you can set this up to 500 characters. And then you can click next. So we go on to the next part of setting up categories, which is your policies. Or you can click save, which will bring you back to this main page, main category page. So you can come back to it later. Let's go ahead and click next. So we can proceed to the next part, which is to create benefit policies. Okay, under benefit policy, which is the first part, you can add the different policies. So as you noticed before, I had management and staff. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. So for management, I allow them to claim up to $500 for insurance. If I have more groups, I can just add in here. So let's say for all other staff, they are able to claim up to $300. Okay. You also notice that there's this option to enable here, which is to set up entitlements based on the years of service. So for example, if after the first year or second year it increases, you can just add in here. So after first year, it increases by $50. That's how you can add it. You can just continue adding more as you require. Or if you have accidentally clicked on this button to add more entitlements, you can always remove it by clicking on the dustbin icon. So let's go ahead, add in entitlements that increases for all my other staff. For management, it's fixed $500, whereas for staff, it will be $300, and then after the third year, it will increase by $100. And maybe after the fifth year, it will be the same as management. So I'll add another $100 after the fifth year. Okay, so you can see the total entitlement amount after 3 years will be $400, and after 5 years will be $500. If you have any more, you can just add in more policies, or if it's the same for everyone, just add in a basic policy, a general name. The next part will be the policy for new employees. So here you can set the benefit entitlement for new hires, whether it will be prorated or if they get the full amount. If it's prorated, it will be credited on the 1st of January. Okay, for full amount, doesn't matter when they join the company, they will just get the full amount for that month. Able to apply benefit, if you can set this, if you can apply during probation or after probation. So let's say I can only apply for benefits after my 3-month probation. So here you can set the period after how many days or months they can apply for benefit claims. Okay, so here I've set after 3 months of my join date, then I can apply for benefits. For carryable policy, you can set how much or what's the percentage that you can carry over to the next year. So if it's 100%, just set as 100%. It'll be carried forward on the 1st of January. So let's say for this year, if I have $500 of claims and I haven't used any of it, 100% will go over to next year. If I set to 50%, then it will be half of my entitlement. Then just click Save, which will bring you back to the main page, or you can click Next to go to the next part, which is setting up your benefit types. For benefit types, this is where we can add in the different types under this category. So for insurance, let's go ahead and add some types. So let's say I have vehicle insurance that my staff can claim. Because I've set that I want to link it up with my payroll module, so here you'll see the option to link with pay element. So I've already gone ahead to create a pay element, and I can link it up with insurance claim. Take note, if you have this enabled to link with payroll, you will have to create the pay elements under your payroll module. Or you can leave it out first and come back to it later. Okay, let's click on insurance claim. So any claims done for vehicle insurance, it will be gone to my insurance claim. Next part is attachments. So you can select whether it's mandatory for your staff to add any attachments or if it's optional. So I'll go ahead and click mandatory, meaning I want my staff to submit something, a receipt. For amount capping, if you want to set any caps for that for that claim, the type, you can set it either per claim or per year. If I set it per claim, so let's say $100 per claim, I can only claim up to $100 each time I'm submitting a receipt for the benefit. Okay, whereas for per year, I can set it how much I can claim per year for this. So let's say if I set as $600, I can claim up to $600 for the year. So I'll go ahead and set per claim amount to $50. So I'm entitled to $500, but each claim will be $50 cap. Okay, you can go ahead and add in more types. So let's do another example. This time maybe for travel insurance. And then I'll link it to the same pay element, insurance claim. Of course, if you have multiple pay elements, you can just select whichever you need. Same thing, I need attachments to be mandatory, and I would like to set a cap, a claim of $50. Any other insurance, maybe home or general insurance, let's add that in. Then I'll link it up with my insurance claim. Same thing, I'll set attachments to mandatory, and I'll set a cap of $100 this time. Okay, once that is all set, all the different benefit types under insurance, you can go ahead and click save. Now that you have saved it, you can see that it has been created. For insurance benefit types, these are the 3 that we have just created. Under benefit policy, we created one for management, one for staff. If you've forgotten, no worries, just click on add benefit policy, then you can just add more. Or you can click on the pencil icon to just add on as well. Under benefit types, again, if you have more, just click on add benefit types or the pencil icon to add in more. Let's go back. And then the next part will be assigning employees. We have created this benefit category. We have created the policy and we have created the type. Now we just need to assign employees to this. So under management, I'll just click on 0 employees and I'll click on add employees to add a group of staff. So let's just say I select all my management staff and I'll add in myself, maybe one more person. Let me add that again. So you can see I've just added these 2. You can of course add more. Okay, and then just close it. So now I have 4 employees added to management. Let's go ahead and do for staff as well. Click on add employees. I'll just view all. And then just add all the remainder. Those that we have already assigned won't be listed here. Okay, so there won't be a duplicate. Then just click close. So now you can see all my employees have been assigned to either management or staff. So now that this has been set up, we can click on back and you can see this new group, this new category has been created. So under insurance, I have staff, we have $300 per year, and management, we have $500 per year. This benefit policy section here will only be visible to admins. Okay, for staff, I'll show you the view later, but they won't be able to see this. They will only be able to see what they are assigned to. So if I'm assigned to staff with $300, I only can see $300. So I won't be able to see the other group of policies. So this is how you create categories. The next part will be setting up the approval workflows. So for approval workflows, what you can do is go to settings and then go to company settings. Click on approvals. Okay, under approvals, you will see there's a benefit type. Click on benefit. Okay, this is similar to expense workflow if you have already set up, but if you have not, let's go through it now. So under benefit, by default, you won't be able to see any settings, so it will be blank. What you can do is just click on default settings. Click on the pencil icon. And then you can rename this workflow. If you do not want default, naming convention is up to you. And then you can select your workflow. So the first person, if you want it to flow to the super admin, you can set that. Or if you want it to go to the manager's manager, or maybe to the manager, the staff's manager. Or if you want to select a specific user, you can set that as well. Okay, so for this, let's go ahead, set a default one, super admin, approves for everyone. If you have more than one approval layers, you just click on add approval level, and then just add in who will be the first person, second person approving, so on and so forth. And then there's also the option after final approval, you can send a notification to someone. So maybe if HR wants to receive a notification or finance, you can just add them in and then they'll be notified. Then just click on the apply button and then you can apply to all employees, or if this workflow is only applicable to certain staff, just click apply to specific employees and select who exactly will be following this workflow. And then click on Save Changes. Okay, once you click Save Changes, then you'll see the default workflow here are all my super admin. Of course, if there are groups of staff not following the default workflow, you can create a custom workflow by clicking on the pencil icon under the Action tab. Okay, let's go ahead try with Dan Lim, who has the default already assigned. Go ahead and click on the pencil icon. And then instead of super admin, I want a specific user to approve for him. If I want multiple approvers, what I can do is I can just set that accordingly. So first person, I will go to Jenpang to approve his benefit claims. Second person will be the super admin, which is myself. Okay, then you can click apply. You can save the custom approval for Dan Lim, which is the first option. Second option is if you want to apply to all. And the third option is to apply to certain stuff, like groups of people. Okay, so I'll just save for Dan Lim only. So now you can see Dan Lim has a custom workflow created. First person approving is Jenpang. Second person approving will be super admin, which is myself. So that is how we create the approval workflows. If you have more than 2 layers, you will just see approver 3, approver 4, so on and so forth. So that will be the entire setup of the benefit module. So just to quickly run through, the first thing you will need to do is to set up the configuration and then go to categories and set up the different benefit categories. And then the last thing will be to go to settings, company settings, and set your approval workflow. Okay. Once the setup has been done, then the staff will be able to start submitting claims. So now let's submit claims. For staff, what they'll be able to see will be my benefit. They will only be able to see my benefit. And here you can see for myself, I have been assigned with 3 benefits that I can apply for: insurance, wellness, or medical claims. So you can see I won't be able to see the policy that the admin has created, just the ones that I was assigned to. So let's say I took MC yesterday and I want to submit the claim. What I can do is I can click on claim under medical, and then under benefit type, select the type of claim I would like to do, either medical, dental, or vision. So I'll just select the benefit type. The date will be for yesterday, so I'll just go ahead and click August 30th for a total of $25. Description will be MC for August, or up them, anything. And then they can just upload the receipt here. So click on attachment, or you can drop your files here. So you will be able to attach multiple files. And then just click on submit button. And your claim has been added successfully. So for the users, that will be all. Okay, they can always check back on what they have submitted under benefit history. So if I go to benefit history, you can see this is the most recent one that we have just submitted for today. $25. And I can always check the receipt that I have submitted. If I need to resubmit, you can always click on the refresh icon, edit it, and then resubmit it. Okay, so you can see under status, this has been submitted. Or those that have been approved, you will see the status changed. If you're halfway editing, it will be saved as draft. So they will need to submit again. Okay, so that will be all for end users. The next step will be to approve. So for approvers, what they will need to do is go to the approval tab. And then they will be able to see all the pending action items for them. So you can see the claim that I just submitted of $25. So for approvers, they can just view this and click on approve. If there's some issues, they can always reject it and you'll go back to the staff. You can also click on the attachment icon to view the receipts that the staff submitted. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click approve from here, or you can view and approve individually as well. Okay, since I have multiple, I'll just tick on some of it and click approve. Confirm. So now that I've approved the 2, claims are approved, we can check back under approval history. So these are the 2 that we have just approved. One is for $100, one for $25 that we just created today. Both approved today. Again, you can always check on the receipts also. So once it's approved, we can always check back for end users, go to benefit history. Now you can see the status was changed to approved. So that will be the entire process of the benefit claims. For those who transfer to payroll, you can go to your payroll module and just approve or process your claims similar to how you do for your expense module. One last thing will be for administrators. You will also notice that there's an administration tab, right? So for administrators, you will be able to make any adjustments for your staff. You can just go to the adjustment tab under adjustments and then update the fields here. So for year, if let's say the claim is done this year, you can select 2022, benefit category for let's say medical. Employees, you can select multiple employees, or if you're just doing an adjustment for one staff, you can update as well. Amount, just set the amount. So let's say I want to do an adjustment for $15 for both Dan Lim and Harry. If you need to make any deductions, just add the minus symbol in front. Effective date, so when this is effective, so we can select, let's say it's effective on the 1st of September. Then if you have any remarks, you can add that in adjustment. $15 deduction. And then just save it. So now your adjustment has been added successfully. Again, you can always check back what was done or adjusted under the history. So these are the two that we just created. $15 deduction for both Dan and Harry. You can also see all the past ones that I've done an adjustment for. The date it was adjusted on and the effective date. Okay, and the very last column or tab will be the benefit users. Benefit users, just select which employees or which staff will be using the benefit module. So let's say if you have interns or temp staff who do not qualify or do not have benefits, then just untick their name so that they won't be able to see the module in their account, so that they won't be able to apply for any benefit claims. So that will be all for benefits.